right, and we're back. Okay, I'm going to show you how to do a very inexpensive floor arrangement that you can make for just pennies, and it looks like $1 million. What I have here is I have just a regular square. This is just a square vase.
Is that crystal, Jeannie? Or just
no, it's just glassware.
Okay.
It's just a square vase.
Okay.
And I think I picked this up for just about $5 at one of your local home goods stores.
Okay.
We also have, we're going to be using aluminum foil, just regular aluminum foil that you use for cooking.
Okay.
I have a pair of wire cutters.
Okay.
And I picked these up, and as you can see, I picked these up for $1. And actually, I got better than that. They were $50, excuse me, they were half price, 50 cents. And I have 3 of those. Okay? So what we're going to do here is we're going to, I'm going to actually open these up once I get them. So I'm going to cut these down a little bit because I don't want, I may bend this as opposed to cutting this so I can use it again. So if I can see if I can bend this, and I think I can.
Okay.
That way I can use this and I can get multiple use out of it.
Okay.
So, see, we just want it like that because we want the flowers to come right at the top of this.
Okay.
And so that's the reason why we're going to bend it. So I may be able to do this without even cutting it. And the top one, and I want a little bit low halfway here, and I'm going to go a little bit low halfway on this one. I have 3 of these, ladies and gentlemen. And I kind of left this one a little bit taller so it can kind of have well, it didn't come out that much taller. So it can have more or less, it can have a little peak to it.
Okay.
So we're just bending these. And you just take your hands, and these are very pliable, easy to bend.
All right.
Okay, so now we have these. What I'm going to do is take my aluminum foil, and what we're going to do is, because we don't have a filler in here, we're actually going to put this in here, and we're going to put this around here so you can't see it. And if you have tissue paper, I'm sorry, or in this case, I may just use the bags. You can use those. So what I'm going to do is take this, let's see how tall it is, and we're going to kind of feel that just like that.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this. More or less fold this to the height that you think you may need it. You know, you just want to cover this so people can't see what you actually have in there.
Okay.
It's just a good tip. So you can kind of measure that. Okay. And let's see how this is going to go in. And what I'm going to do is, I am going to take the outside and fold it, but instead of folding it to the exact dimensions of the, I'm going to do it to the outside, put it like this. Instead of folding it to the exact dimensions of the outside, because the inside of your container is going to be less, we're going to come over maybe about a ½ inch, I'll say. Okay. And we're going to put a little line crease in here. Now I'm doing this by, excuse me, by eye. I'm just eyeballing this. So
right.
And, okay, that's that. Okay. And it's okay if your aluminum foil, if it even comes out a little bit further. That's okay.
Okay.
You know. It doesn't have to be perfect. You know it. You know what you have. So that's the only thing that counts. We're just trying to give it the illusion of almost being like it's silver.
Okay.
You know, just to match, just to give you that effect.
Okay.
But this is just a good, inexpensive way that you can do. You know, like I said, for pennies.
In this economy, I think that was a good thing.
Yeah, so we're going to use another one of these. Excuse me. And we're going to fold it. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're just repeating because we want it to overlap. Okay. So that's the whole point of this. It's just to get it to overlap so you won't see anything.
I got you.
So we're going to fold this. Okay. I mean, there are so many things that you can use when you are doing decor. There's just, I mean, things around your house. You don't always have to go out and spend a whole lot of money. There's just a lot of different things you can use. Oh, well, I'm sorry. One more thing I do need to let you know. You do need to, let's see. You do need to make sure that this end covers this. You don't want this to be seen. So we're going to do this, and we're going to put this on the inside of this, and put this on this end on the outside, because you see how it stops there, so we don't want
Right,
this.
right.
We want to try to also, even though we're making this from home, give it a professional look as possible. So we're going to do that. Slide that right in. See how that slid in?
Right.
And we're just going to go ahead and put this here. And once you get your tissue paper in here, or your newspaper, whatever it is that you have, that's going to help it to stay in place. Right now, it's just not necessarily in place. It's going to kind of fall a little bit because I have nothing to adhere it to the glass. But like I said, once you get that in place, that'll take care of that.
Oh, okay. That looks pretty good.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you how I actually came up with this. I was looking for real flowers, and I couldn't find any real flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes during the fall, now unless you go to one of your major stores, and I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money for real flowers. And like I said, sometimes, and I was pushed for time as well. And just for a dinner, and it's not going to last that long, this is a centerpiece, this is perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, you want to, sometimes you have to be innovative.
Right.
So this came out of just, me being innovative, saying, oh, I can do this. I can just use this. It has the exact same effect. You can make it look pretty much like real,
Okay.
It all depends on how you use it. And I am going to try my best to pull, and you can pull some of these. I like to open my flowers up. Because you open them up, of course, they spread more, and they fill out more as well. And, of course, it looks real.
Right.
Once you open it up, because you will make it look full, to give it that fullness effect. So that's what this came out of, just me deciding, you know what, I'm not going to the grocery stores, and I'm not going to the floor stores or whatever. I am not going to pay a whole lot of money for this. I just want something that looks good. See how that has opened up already. I just want something that's going to look pretty nice, and just fill the table and everything, because believe me, the food is your star. And see how that has already filled that. See that?
Right.
And I'm just going to put that in there, and I'm going to do this. And I only have 3. So I have to pull these open, and I absolutely have to make this look full, because I only bought 3. Which was $1.50. 3 for $1.50.
I don't think you'll hear any complaints from anyone behind that.
That's a bargain. And so, and most of the time you get your little silk flowers, and they're usually together like this because of packagings, but you're going to want to pull those open anyway to give them that fullness like a real flower. You want to simulate the realness of a flower as much as possible. But there's just, like I said, there are so many things that you can do that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Entertaining doesn't have to be expensive at all. Most people think it's very expensive to entertain. It is if you don't know how to be frugal with your money. And believe me, I am very frugal. My husband will attest to that. He's always saying frugal, because I'm always going to look for a bargain. And I'm going to look even when I'm not looking for a specific item. I just always look, because you never know when you may need that, or when that's something that you may need to use. And then you go, oh, yeah, I remember seeing that at so-and-so. See that?
Oh, yeah.
Now I have one more to put in. You see, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow, that looks great.
And like I said, you're the only person that has to know. You don't have to tell anybody. But I don't mind sharing, I don't mind sharing it all.
Oh, well, good. So that means that you'll go back and give us all the ingredients for all the food that you cooked the other day.
Well, I actually gave you the ingredients. I did, except for a few things, and you can find those in my book that I'm writing.
Oh, okay.
So,
all right. Well, we'll look forward to that being published.
Okay. There's a few things that I left because I want you to buy the book, and you will see that it will be worth your investment.
Wow, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. That looks great.
Exactly. I'm going to make this one a little bit. I need to put this one kind of in the center here. There we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I am going to have to kind of work with this, play with this. I'm going to stuff some of these bags in here because what the problem is that I don't have anything in here to hold it in place.
Okay.
So I'm just going to stuff some bags and see how that opens that up.
Right.
And see, by the bag being white, you really can't tell. And see, just take some regular old grocery bags and just use them. Like I said, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. And I think that's where there's a misconception. People think you have to go out and spend a lot of money, and you don't. You really, really don't. You know, you just have to be innovative. That's the only thing you need to be. And
Well,
who's
boy,
gonna
that's
know?
taking shape. That looks great.
And just kind of play with it. Play with your flowers. Play with your leaves. You know, just play with it to get it to where you're satisfied with it. You know, that's all you need to do. And we're going to take a break, and I'm going to play with this. And when we come back, you should see the results of it. So we'll be back in 5 and 5.